What we've done here is we've designed a building that really works for our kids. It's specific to our kids. We have the big kitchen, we have a big activity room, a wonderful music room, science labs, larger classrooms.
The students, they're just so excited to come to class. We can do so many more experiments that we couldn't before. I hear kids say, it's like we go to a real school now.
We have built in certain little nooks. We have some couches and some chairs and some spaces that are set up that there are small group spaces. One of our classrooms doesn't even actually have desks. It has a boardroom table in it, and our kids all sit around the boardroom table, and it's a humanities electives classroom where discussion and conversation drives a lot of what we do.
The new building is dynamic and helps drive the learning experience. But at its core, Midwest Academy has always been and remains about the people.
This is a place where we look at people and we say, how can we help you grow? And we're dedicated to help them grow as human beings, not just as students.
Press down on that knuckle. That's all right.
I'm Aiden Cunningham and I'm a freshman. At my old school, they assigned a ton of homework and they're really strict about everything. Like they had this thing called conduct slips, and if you didn't tuck your shirt in, didn't wear a belt, didn't wear white socks, then you'd get it and that would lower your grade for behavior, and that was really annoying.
I think it kind of take a toll on his confidence in the long term.
And he just never liked school. He hated it, he dreaded it, you know.
From day one at Midwest Academy, he noticed the difference.
I liked how it was smaller. The teachers could get to know you more, know your strengths and your weaknesses to help you understand it more.
I mean, it's just refreshing to find a school that can modify or adjust a learning environment that's specific to a child's needs or abilities. By doing it, I think it brings out the success and confidence and just makes them a much happier student.
I realized that biology is pretty fun, and I used to hate English so much, but now I'm liking it a little bit better.
He's blossoming, and he's smiling, and he's walking around the school, and he's confident, and he feels comfortable. And that's a big piece of it. Relationships with teachers, developing self-esteem, then leads to belief in self, which leads to greater effort. So we have that upward spiral.
If you can't put words into what it feels like when your kid's finally happy and feels accepted and they are focusing on your positive gifts, the things that are awesome about you and not constantly the things that are your struggles.
My son's Camden Martin, and he's in 11th grade. He was definitely in an environment where the way things were being taught was not the best way for Camden to learn. He was struggling to keep up or get the information in a way that was most easy for him to process.
Camden has been here since middle school. He was an extraordinarily quiet person. He used to just kind of stand to the side and watch what was going on. Now he's one of the first kids to come up to you if you're walking down the hall. Hi, Mr. Gailey, how are you? Good. Get into a little bit of a conversation.
There's a playground in our neighborhood.
Oh, cool.
I think it was the teachers. They're very supportive, and they help us a lot. They try to help us have faith in ourselves. That's what my mother always says. She says, have faith in yourself, but sometimes it's hard for me.
The best thing about Midwest Academy is by far its teachers and its staff and the resources that they have. And I think what makes them so great is not only are they really great teachers, but they're very caring individuals. And they really find a way to make sure that each kid understands the lessons and feels like they're taken care of.
I like art and science and English. I also like history and Spanish.
It's hard to quantify other than to say it's really immeasurable, right? I mean, that's an invaluable thing to know that your child is, not only doing better, but thriving now.
So what's negative divided by negative?
The curriculum at Midwest Academy is tailored to the individual learner and committed to a project-based style of education.
I try to shoot for 80% of our class time to be doing an experiment or an activity. I actually had my physics class that tell me that we're doing too many experiments.
One of the secrets to success for Midwest Academy is that its teachers approach each class devoid of ego.
I'm willing to change every day and for every kid. If a student's having trouble in a particular class, I'll see what I can do. I try to reach that student's interest and find out if they're a visual or auditory learner. Sometimes you got to change, for halfway through the year, something that used to work for a student doesn't. I hope that I have taught them the processes to answer their own questions and given them the confidence to go on and do well. A lot of times a kid just needs to learn how to be a student. How do you take notes? How do you plan to write a paper? How do you plan to finish a project on a certain day? And if we can teach them those skills, they can hopefully apply them later on.
Adam Vargo graduated from Midwest Academy in 2009 after overcoming anxiety issues. With growing confidence, he found Taekwondo and graduated from college with a business degree.
Once I got that confidence back through Midwest and through Taekwondo training, it really opened up that, wow, I have a lot of potential, to believe in myself more and to put myself out there and try new things and see what, I really want to do with my future. But coming to Midwest Academy, it really, like I said, it gave me my life back and it gave me a future and helped provide me with the tools I need to be successful both in high school and in college and in the professional world as well.
The day I started attending Midwest was the first day education was not something that was forced upon me. Thank you, Midwest Academy. This is not the last time you'll be seeing me.
My name is Ashley Clifford, and I graduated from Midwest in 2012. The reason why I came to Midwest in the first place is because I didn't do well in large group settings, and I needed teachers with more patience. I feel more comfortable talking to instructors and professors now that I'm in college and put back into that huge group setting. I mean, I think this campus is larger than 10,000 people, so going from a class of 23 students and then going to 10,000, I had no problem. It would not have been possible for me to go to Midwest without a scholarship, and because of those people who helped, so many doors opened up for me.
In the past 2 years, we've actually doubled the amount of scholarship money that we've been able to distribute. We still need to be able to do more of that. The worst thing in the world is to have a great school that nobody can afford to go to.
From graduates with ambition to current students with hope, Midwest Academy remains fueled by the people whose passion for the students overrides all else.
For 17 years, I've watched my kids graduate. I have the greatest job in the world. I get to come in and help my students learn, and I do look at them in a way like they're my kids. It is a family. It's more like a family than a job in a school.
In Korean, there's a word called it's dojang, okay? And dojang, translated from Korean, means place you were enlightened along the way. And that's kind of how I would see Midwest. Midwest was a place where I was enlightened and put me back on a path to be successful in life.